A new post has surfaced from someone who claims to be a Spanish translator for the Crown Tundra. Let's break it down.
Butterfree, go!
Yo, whoa, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive, bringing you guys a brand new video today. And today we are breaking down a brand new Crown Tundra rumor that details out some of the story information for the upcoming Crown Tundra, which is just about 10 days away. It's actually crazy to think about. If you guys are excited for the Crown Tundra and excited for this video, show some love and hit that like button down below if you enjoy this type of content. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're new. I post Pokemon videos every single day, and YouTube actually tells me that about 50% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, so you might not even realize that you're not subscribed, but you should change that right now. Before we go any further, obviously this is a rumor video, and I know you guys love the rumor videos. I get comments about this stuff all the time. People tweet me the rumors, and they're like, hey, check this out. This one is actually, this one's pretty good. You know, sometimes it's like a little bit, you know, questionable. You're a little unsure about what's going on. This one is actually, it seems very, very feasible. So let's break it down in this video. Let's see what's going down, and let's see what we think about this Spanish translator and this Crown Tundra rumor. All right, so let's kick things off. They say, hello there. I've been working on the Spanish translation team for the Crown Tundra for the last couple months. I'd like to share some details about its story, characters, and legendary Pokemon. I fully understand that perhaps these trailers have not completely sold you on the game, so I want to give you a little bit of information, and they are keeping a lot of information, a lot of secrets for this going into it. I'm sure you've seen the data mine by now, and obviously there's going to be some leak references in this video with all 4 Crown Tundra chapter titles, so I thought I'd start talking about the first one, a legendary tree of a legendary 3. Let's talk about the protagonists of this chapter, the Galarian legendary birds. This goes on to say that the trio has traveled the world for centuries, although they once found home along the royal family of Galar, years before the monarchy was established in the region. This particular trio settled in different parts of the Galar region. Articuno nested deep within Glimwood Tangle, causing many Psychic-type Pokemon to start living there as well. Galarian Zapdos nested on what we now know as Route 8. This caused many fighting Pokemon to settle there. Now when I think about where Route 8 is, that's actually the location where you find Phalanx, and there are some other fighting-type Pokemon there like Girder, if I'm not mistaken. Galarian Moltres is nested on Route 9, which is Outer Spikemuth, where many years later, Spikemuth would be built. And of course, this is why so many dark Pokemon like to live in that area. So this is kind of setting the stage and saying, hey, these Galarian birds used to be in the main part of the Galar region. They used to be scattered throughout, and they had different locations. Articuno in Glimwood Tangle, Zapdos on Route 8, which is where Phalanx is, and Moltres on Route 9, which is where Outer Spikemuth is, and that's where the Dark-type gym ended up being. After the monarchy was established in Galar, the trio began serving Calyrex on the Crown Tundra, and they have not been seen where they once nested again, except for one of them, Moltres, which has been seen very rarely and very irregularly near Spikemuth. So this is all kind of pointing at some of the storyline elements of what this legendary tree of a legendary 3 indicates, that, you know, both Articuno and Zapdos are in the Tundra now serving Calyrex, whereas Moltres sometimes will still be seen near Spikemuth, which obviously isn't part of the main story of Galar, but perhaps is going to be part of this DLC. It actually would be kind of cool if they, you know, brought us to the Crown Tundra and then made us go back to Galar and kind of go back and forth. The Isle of Armor was pretty much set exclusively on the Isle of Armor. Thanks to the Darkest Day, the Great Tree was born. It feeds on the Dynamax energy of raid dens, and that's why it's so large. Both its fruits and leaves have the reddish hue. Legends say that these fruits contain a large amount of Dynamax energy. Now, I totally understand this, and I totally think this is very feasible, that this tree that we really have a lot of questions about, the Great Tree, has something to do with Dynamaxing. I mean, it makes sense, right? And the fact that it would potentially tie into the Darkest Day, I think makes a lot of sense as well. So I can totally understand that and totally see how that could be very feasible moving forward here. The next section of it talks about the legendary birds. It says the Galarian legendary birds had a very special relationship with each other in the past. However, they were blinded by greed, and now they fight under the Great Tree every several decades in order to take its fruits to become more and more powerful. So this is some of the trailer footage that we've seen, right? The birds fighting it out throughout the tree, posing a lot of questions. Is it possible that they used to work together under Calyrex, but then they started fighting over greed or whatever they were going for, the power of these fruits to get this Dynamax energy, so now they fight it out to try to get this Dynamax energy at different times. Although this chapter is obviously focused on the bird trio, it contains a subplot about Marnie that is explored in the following chapters. And yes, Marnie is part of the exploration team with Peony, her daughter Alba, Sonia, and the player. So now they're hinting at this exploration team that now spans Marnie, Peony, Daughter, Sonya, and you. That's 5 people. How did we get to 5? Thought we needed 4 for the raid dens. I don't know. Maybe there is 5 of us. 4 of them go into the dens. I don't know. To stop the fight between the birds, a special melody is needed called the Royal Melody, which is said to have played by the ancient kings of Galar to please the trio. You'll have to explore different locations of the Crown Tundra in search of clues about the origin of this melody, as it seems that it fell into oblivion and there's no longer a trace of its scores. After finding them, you'll need to escort Marnie to the Great Tree so she can sing the Royal Melody and finally calm the birds once and for all. So this is so crazy, like, to think about, because I remember when Sword and Shield was coming out, there were so many discussions and theories and rumors about Marnie and her side of the story, and that she has to be more than just, you know, Piers' sister, right? She has to be more than just this kind of pseudo rival that plays the game, and this is indicating that she's gonna have so many more surprises, so much more character development, and that she is gonna be not necessarily the one who you know, is royal in her own right, but she's the one who is part of this story, and she's the one who sings the Royal Melody, and that finally calms the birds once and for all. It's pretty interesting stuff. After calming the birds and giving the old scores to Sonya, the chapter ends. From there, Galarian Articuno and Zapdos will roam throughout the different areas of the tundra. A lot of question marks about that. Where are these birds going to be? Are they roaming legendaries in the first place? That's a big question for the Crown Tundra. Are they going to be roaming legendaries? From what we've seen to that one shot of Articuno flying overhead, that has definitely posed the question of will there be roaming legendaries for sure. Galarian Articuno is going to be in the Silverly Woods. Galarian Zapdos is going to be in the King's Meadow. Those are both locations that we don't know about yet, so they could just be made up. We don't know. And you will not be able to capture Galarian Moltres until the end of Crown Tundra, but you actually get it from Marnie after beating her in the post-game. Now I mean, as crazy as that might sound, it's not out of the question of the opportunity that you would actually get Galarian Moltres from Marnie, the dark type kind of connoisseur. I mean, Piers is really the dark type, but interesting concept. It's not that crazy to think of that they would give you one of the birds, the other ones would be roaming. I don't know. I think it's interesting. Thanks to your Rotom phone, you can call both your teammates and other characters such as Hop, Magnolia, or Piers to discuss with them the new discoveries you're making on the expedition. Thanks to this feature, you'll be able to find out more about strange appearances of Moltres and Spikemuth and how the Dark-type gym logo is built on it, but more importantly, how Marnie and Piers saw Galarian Moltres when they were younger. More info coming soon. Wow. Very, very interesting stuff. So as you can see from this rumor, there's a ton of crazy things going on here, and we really don't know what's going to happen with this legendary tree of a legendary 3, but this Spanish translator has indicated a handful of things that may or may not be true. I pass the question to you guys. Do you think this is real, or do you think it's just another rumor on the internet? I actually think there's some possibility here, but maybe it's giving Game Freak just a little too much credit. I have my hesitation to give them too much credit because this actually sounds pretty dope, and it seems like it's pretty thought out and that it's pretty robust, especially compared to the Isle of Armor. But we are expecting the Crown Tundra to be more robust than the Isle of Armor to begin with. I feel like the Isle of Armor was more about training your teams up, whereas the Crown Tundra is more about exploration and kind of giving people more story. So it's not that far out of the realm of possibility, and I definitely think it could be feasible. So let me know your thoughts on that. Let me know your thoughts on these rumor videos. Be sure to hit that like button down below if you guys enjoyed this type of video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, of course. Like I said, about 50% of you guys not subscribed, so let's change that. We're on our road to 1 million subscribers, which is amazing. I want to thank you guys again for checking out my content, and I will see you guys on the next video and all of our Crown Tundra coverage coming up soon. Peace. If you guys enjoyed this Crown Tundra video, you should definitely check out this one right here. Otherwise, this one's pretty cool. Subscribe or I'm gonna eat your socks.